What up? Hey, hey, hey. Hello, 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 hello. Woo. TGI motherfucking F. Thank God it's Friday. Welcome to Club Matrix. We're chilling, it's a chill vibe. How are you? I can't believe that you posted the avocado, Danny. Rude. You know I'm deathly allergic to avocados. Why would you do that to me? Why would you do such a thing to me? Now I gotta go get my EpiPen and insert it into the matrix. Just, wow. What a beautiful day. I hope that your pain goes away very soon. I hope that you're pain-free. This I dream of. This is what I want. That's all I want. It's for the pain to be gone. For there to be no pain, and there to be only gain. And we gain it and we go all the way up. All the way up. To the top of the world. Appreciate you being here. I love it. Friday's a weird night. We should be in the club, but the club is here in us. We bring the club to us. It's right here. It's all around us. The Matrix is in us. It's all around us. Is it pretty bright? How about that? Is that light better? You gotta let me know what the best light is for your eyeballs. That's not bad. I feel like that's brighter. How about this one? Whoa, that's super bright. That is way too bright. That hurts. Why would you do that to yourself? Okay. Whoa, that's too dark. I feel like the Goldilocks and the three bulbs. This bulb was too bright. This bulb was too dark. And this bulb was just right. I am a sinister Goldilocks. Not bad. I don't know, maybe the first one I had was good. Is that good? Is that okay? Well, praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him above the heavenly host. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Amen. See, now I'm looking. I feel like my Twitch camera is good, but I feel like my YouNow camera is a little weird. Hold up. I lost my ball. That's not bad. Well, cool. I love this beat if you can't tell. This is the beat that I made in the beginning of RPAN, and that I used to play on it. I haven't done it for a while, but it's my Teardrop remix beat, Massive Attack. So cool. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you can relax tonight. Okay. Oh, there we go. Eddie, there you go. You're on YouTube. Okay, cool. I got in here so I can comment. That was driving me nuts. Yeah, you just throwing out avocados and gifts and weird memes and images, but it's fine. Okay, cool. Well, now that you can comment, and you left you now all the way to YouTube. This is cool. You're literally the Matrix. You said, I'm done with you now. Now I'm on YouTube. What's you next? You know, that's all we'll let you do. That's weird. I don't understand why it wouldn't let you actually write comments. I don't know how the internet works. But I don't know. Piano's kind of loud. Let's see. Where's my Abby? Okay. Oh, you didn't mean to send me avocado. Oh, no, I was just messing with you. People send me avocados all the time because they know that I'm allergic. It's funny. It didn't hurt my feelings at all. I promise. You can send me avocados all you want. Now that you know that I'm actually allergic, I think it's funny that you can send me avocados. You can make avocado jokes all you want. People literally make avocado jokes at me all the time. Even after when I went to the hospital for anaphylaxis in 2018, people would like send me, because they waited till I was okay, obviously, but they would send me weird fucking avocado stuff, like, I'm like, you know what, it's funny. Like, I'm not gonna die if an avocado touches me. I'm gonna live forever because death does not exist. So it's fine if you make fun of me with avocados. Yeah, it's cool. I'm thinking it's a sign that the freckles in our eyes are mirror images, and when we kiss, they're perfectly aligned. I have to speculate that God himself did make us into corresponding shapes, like puzzle pieces from the clay. May seem like a stretch, but his thoughts like the sand catch my troubled head when you're away, and I missing you to death when you out there on the road, for several weeks of shows, and when you scan the radio, I hope this song will guide you. They will see us waving from such great heights. Come down now, they'll say. But everything looks perfect from far away. Come down now, but we'll stay. And I tried my best to leave this all on your machine, but the persistent beating sounded then upon the sending, and that frankly will not fly. You'll hear the shrillest highs and lowest lows with the windows down, and this is guiding you home. They will see us waving from such great heights. Come down now, they'll say. But everything looks perfect from far away. Come down now, but we'll stay. They will see us waving from such great heights. Come down now, they'll say. But everything looks perfect from far away. Come down. 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 Cool. So, I'm glad that you're still alive and you're still existing here, wherever you are. What up, VR Trainer 3? What's up? Annie's in the house. You now, YouTube. You stream. You. You. It's all about you. Lying alone in my room, like a little boy blue in the man in the moon. Lying here waiting for you, and the stone in my hand tells me you'll be here soon. Lying alone in my room. Looking at the mirror, I see binary sights. The future's looking clearer, well, at least in my mind. Dragons in the closet, spitting fire burn my tongue. And demons here deposit little spies in my womb. When will you arrive? Hello and goodbye. Lying alone in my room, like the little boy blue and the man in the moon. Lying here waiting for you, and a stone in my hand tells me you'll be here soon. Lying alone in my room. Lazy lions lounging on the wall keep me safe, and satellites in the attic shield me from darkness and pain. The window wants me to leap. Will I escape from this place? crescendo is escalating, affect these games that I play. When will you arrive? Hello and goodbye. Lying alone in my room, like the little boy blue in the man in the moon. Lying here waiting for you, and the voice in my head tells me you'll be here soon. Lying alone in my room. The door is open wide. I waited all my life. The time has come to fly. So long, farewell, goodbye. Lying alone in my room, like a little boy blue and the man in the moon. Lying here waiting for you, and the knock on the door tells me you are here too. Lying alone here with you. What's up, how are you? Happy Friday/Saturday. What up, YouTube? Are you okay? Cool. Let me know what you want to do. You know. What up, Twitch? What up, you now? If you want to hear something in particular, then you gotta let me know. Well, then you gotta let me know. Should I stay or should I go? Except not that song, because I don't even... That's the only part of that song that I know is that part. Is that just that one part, and the rest of it I have no fucking idea. That's all I know. Well, they gotta let me know. Should I stay or should I go? Okay, YouTube. What are the yellow bands for? Hi, Annie, are you okay? The yellow bands. These yellow bands that I'm assuming you're talking about the yellow bands on my hands, and not the yellow bands like the yellow submarine, like the Beatles' little bands. But these bands that I have on my wrist, this is here, they say vow for Mal, V-O-W, the number 4, M-A-L. I wonder if I hold it up if you could even see anything. Maybe, maybe not. Let me try this. Oh, kind of. A little bit. No, it's too bright. It's too bright. Oh, you kind of can see it. Okay, let me make sure I got the right part. Okay, I'm holding it up. I'm holding it, hold me closer, tiny dancer. Okay, there we go. Oh, am I moving the right way? Yeah, I'm moving the right way. Okay, you can kind of see. This is VOW. Okay, it's too bright. I failed that. I've learned my lesson. Do not put the bands to the camera screen too close. But the yellow bands are Vow for Mal. It's an anti-drunk driving nonprofit that we put together It was initiated in 2014. So I guess the nucleus, the idea was brought forth in 2013, December 6th, when Mallory, who's in the back over there, where is she? She's in the back over there. When Mallory, we lost Mallory to a drunk driver. He was driving very intoxicated, way over the speed limit, in a pedestrian zone after a Christmas party, and it was actually his third DUI. It was a hit and run. These people had to chase him down, and it was a crazy ordeal. And we're coming on the 10-year anniversary this year, which is kind of wild. And you know, like it doesn't sting as much now because time heals all wounds, they say, and we've grown a lot from it. But when it did happen, it was one of those moments that kind of, I say, was a timeline shift for lots of people, because she was someone that she was very popular, and she was one of those people that everyone remembered. And so we put together a nonprofit. Santa Barbara, if you came out here, I think you would probably see more people wearing one of these wristbands than not. Maybe not so much now. I don't know. I don't really go out in public as much as I used to. But when I was running the clubs and I was doing, you know, all that, there would always be wristbands everywhere. And, you know, when COVID went down, we kind of took a little hiatus, but we're actually getting back into it now. I'm doing actually this event in March 14th, which is next month, which is called Every 15 Minutes. I don't know if you heard of it, but it is a nationwide event. It's where they take like the leadership of a high school, and they kill, I think, maybe like 4 of the students. They get into a drunk driving accident, and they run basically like a funeral. They put the coffins up there. People read letters. People are crying. They don't tell any of the kids. They just have the next day everybody shows up, and then 4 of their classmates are dead, and they have their pictures up there, you know, with the flowers and everything. And it's a pretty crazy event. But we used to do it every year, and after COVID, we hiatused for 2 years, which is crazy. 2019, the Every 50 Minutes one, the last one that we did, I remember thinking, yo, this is special. We got to remember this. We got to remember this moment for the rest of our lives, because the kids, they were so special. Like, they're always special, but this was like extra. It was extra special. The kids were, I can't even explain how the conversations we had with the kids, they were so open, talking about, you know, like we basically kind of coached a bunch of high school kids, like 30 of them, you know. It's a pretty intense experience, but they broke down, man. And we were talking to these kids, and it was tears everywhere. It was one of those moments where I was like, whoa, this is a game changer. And I just remember thinking when COVID happened, I was like, that was the last one. And we went out like with this big, huge burst of energy, and it was perfect. But we're coming back. I hope that the comeback is just as positive, and we just have the same positive effect on the kids as we did back in the day. I don't know what to expect. You know, honestly, we could pull up and tell a speech about how people die in drunk driving accidents all the time, and you should be safe, and you shouldn't drink and drive, and they could all just be on their phones fucking TikToking and just say, all right, okay, boomer. You know? I'm 40 years old, so I mean, I'm not a boomer, but I think the metaphor, the euphemism, the soliloquy The hypothetical boomer. There we go. The term still applies where, just old man talking about people are going to die in drunk driving. I go, oh, yeah, okay. So who knows? If you know what? After I'll be back here if I'm still alive, Lord willing, or God willing, or whoever willing, or Willie willing. And I'll give a full progress report. But it's cool to be able to just talk to the kids and kind of plant a seed and say, hey, be cool, be safe. Honestly, I've been doing this for 10 years. I don't think one time I've ever said, don't drink and drive. Honestly, I'm just one of those people that I don't make this decision for you. I give you the choices and then let you know the repercussions for the consequences for whatever you do, but you got to make the choice yourself. I show you the door, and it's your choice whether you want to walk through it. So I never tell them don't drink and drive. I just say, hey, be smart, make wise decisions, and if you do, you'll be happier. Because I make stupid decisions too. I've driven drunk before, and I mean not for a long time. I've had friends that have died early in my life from drunk driving accidents. So it's been a large presence with me, and so that's why these wristbands are here. To answer your question, for my blabbering, so it's vow for Mal, VOW, the number 4, MAL. The slogan is show love, save lives. And that's what we try to do. We try to show love. We try to save lives. We try and keep people who are connected, because we're all connected. If you don't know, we're all connected. Once you die, you will realize how connected we are. It's a crazy connection that humans have. It's people say it all the time, and I've heard it all the time. I've heard people saying, hey, we're all connected. Did you know that we're all connected? And you're like, oh, yeah, okay. And it sounds like some fucking wacko shit. We're like, okay, we're all connected. We're all connected. Did you know that? But once you go through that experience and you cross over to the other side, and I've spoken a few times about my near-death experiences and my death experiences, and where I've been in that space. Once you find that space and you're there and you actually get to experience it, you get to feel that energy, and you're just literally connected to every single aspect that you've ever experienced in your life. You realize just how connected we are, and you can start speaking to people, that aren't with you now, and you just start talking to them. Hey, I'm sending out a message. I'm sending out a note. Some people say, hey, it only takes 2.5 seconds to send out a bloop. It takes less than that just to send out the thought, that thought in your brain, just to say, hey, I'm sending out a message. Sending out an SOS. But we're all really connected like that. Annie, wow. That is an astonishing way to remember. Yeah, that's how we remember the ones. That's how we remember the ones we love. We got to keep them alive. I made that promise that we're going to keep her alive as long as we can. I try and keep her legacy going. I hope that somebody would do the same for me. If I was in a circumstance where something would happen to me, I would hope that someone else would say, hey, you know what? Let's try and make sure that this doesn't happen again for my friend. And at the same time, Mallory, when she died, I may have spoken about this before, where you were on, Annie. I think you were on the last stream when I was talking about it. I don't know if you were on it, but I think you did see it, and you commented on it. But that was around that time I had been going to a bunch of funerals, like a string of funerals, and they were all singing the same song. They were all singing. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. And they were all singing that song at every single funeral. I was going to funerals back to back to back, and I was like, yo, y'all need a new song. You just singing Amazing Grace every single week. What is this, the #1 death hit? It's the #1 death hit. Oh, sorry. Class, clapping your cheeks. 5, clapping your cheeks on You Now says, I love that song. Okay, well. All right, well. That song, I'm not gonna lie, I love that song too. But it was just every single week, every funeral I went to, I was going to a bunch of funerals and it was always the same song. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Was lost, but now I found. Was blind, but now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Ooh. Hallelujah, somebody praise him. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, now I see. So there was, it was that string of funerals I was going to, and they were playing Amazing Grace every single funeral. He said my native flute would sound good. Oh, well, get on the flute, clap, and get on the flute, pull the flute out. But I was hearing that song every week, and I was just like, yo, this song, why isn't there another song? I was like, yo, if I die, I don't want Amazing Grace sung at my funeral. I want something else sung at my funeral. I want something that is personal to me sung at my funeral. I want y'all to come out and sing, hey, this song is for you. This is your funeral. This is your memorial. This is your moment. Why are we singing this song? And so I wrote a song for Mallory after she died, when she was hit. And I tried to grasp everything that kind of she was, and put her in the song, some Easter eggs. And so I made a song for her, and here I'll do. Array of memories will always be eternal shades of what we used to be. I was comatose that day we died. Since you left me, I've been paralyzed. You're my sun, my moon, my stars, my sky. You're my April, May, my June, July. You're the reason why I seem to Earth so heavy and still floats in space. Your gravity pulls me to your embrace. When I sleep, I dream, I see your eyes. Since you left me, I've been paralyzed. 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 Earth will crumble and this world will fade, and all the waters they will wash away, and all the creatures in this world will die. But since you left me, I've been paralyzed. Your colors pour over our lives. Your ray of life invades mankind. I know you fought with all your might. Now all your pain is pushed aside. You'll always exist. You're my yellow dove, forever missed and always loved. You're my jingle, my tone, my nirvana in bloom. The last thing that I'd rather do is live a life without you. So I hope you live forever and a day. I hope that only good things come your way. I hope you never have to worry about a damn thing in your life. I do. I hope this much for you. I hope that all your dreams come true. So that was my song for Mallory. That was my replacement for Amazing Grace. And she's here. She's in the back. She's right over there, if you can see her. Let me go grab her real quick. Hold on. I hope you can see. Let me pull it up real quick one time. There she go. Okay. That's a little bright. It's a little bright. Let me pull back. Let me pull back. Okay, that's still too bright. Oh, a little bit. Maybe. There we go. Can you see? Yeah, okay. So there she is. You can kind of see. I know I got a huge round light pointing at me, but she's right there. She want to say hello, and she could feel your energy from a mile away. She's a mile away, but she's here today. So hello, 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 hello. And thank you for being here, and thank you for sharing your energy with me. You share it with me, I'll give it right back to you anytime. I'll give it right back. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh, look at that. Okay, Nico, what up, Nico? Nico said, hi, Zzyzx. Glad I got to catch you doing your original songs tonight. Beautiful as always. I love your interpretations of other songs, but your originals are my favorite. Ethereal, sad, but beautiful. I hope you will write lots more. I will. Nico, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Thank you for that shout, too. I will definitely write more. I have been, I don't know if you're following my SoundCloud or my YouTube, but I have been producing more. So I should get back into writing more. I started producing remixes more because I'm doing a little bit more club stuff now that I'm moving around. But yeah, everyone's like, why don't you write a new song, man? You suck. What the fuck is going on over here? What is going on with these remixes? But some people are like, hey, give me more remixes. They want the beats. I'm just trying to pump up kick out a little more energy for me. Since we're moving the timeline up. But I will definitely, I was actually today was writing a new song, and I don't have, it's not completed, but it's there. I have a few, I don't know, when's the last time I saw you on here? Was it 1996? I don't know what songs I've written since the last time I saw you. Maybe it was maybe they were terrible, and that's where you're like, can you please write a new song? Man, Zzyzx, can you please write a new song? I don't like the last song you wrote. It was terrible. Clapping your cheeks says, very nice. Would you like to hear the flute? Of course I'd like to hear the flute. Of course. Hey, thanks, Annie. I appreciate you on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, can you just give me like a peace sign in the comments so I know you're here and I can give you a shout out? I would be remiss if I didn't reveal exactly how mystified you make me feel. Your mere existence gives me all that I need to water my roses and nurture my seed. Traveling nowhere in the tragic unknown, feed my subconscious and the magic will grow. Floating here blindly, but I see the light. Follow the white rabbit into the night. All of the avatars with me at home, millions surround me, but I Incense and candle smoke signals in the mist. I pinch my wrist to see if I still exist. Send me a message or a sign from beyond, so I know the next move I make isn't wrong. Billions of lifetimes I've spent on my own, patiently waiting for you to come home. Floating here blindly, but I see the light. Follow the white rabbit into the night. I lie awake with these phantoms and souls. Sleep never comes because ghosts have control. The demons are around to keep me up all night. They only want me to show them it's alright. I need a shoulder for the tears that I shed, but all of my friends live inside of my head. Floating here blindly, but I see the light. Follow the white rabbit into the night. The last thing I saw before I came to earth was all of you gazing upon my rebirth. We are all one people, one soul, one mind, connected subconsciously through space and time. So next time you see me long after I've died, know that I'm with you and I'm still alive. Floating here blindly, but I see the light. Follow the white rabbit into the night. Traveling nowhere in the tragic unknown. Feed my subconscious and the magic will grow. Floating here blindly, but I see the light. Follow the white rabbit into the night. You are my right, you are my left, all I have left. And you are my curse, you are my worst, you are my best. And falling down so low to rock bottom, below in the dirt I am drowned. And deeper down below beneath swallows me whole, leaving me empty. Your breath calling me home, breathing within me. I slept under the stone, black roses free me. One step closer to home, shadows beneath me. Tarot card signs underneath the bed lead me to wonder if I'm really dead, and wearing hearts under my sleeve so the world doesn't see the thunder in my head, and falling down so low to rock bottom below in the dirt I have drowned, and deeper down below beneath the surface I pause and look up at you now, and death swallows me whole, leaving me empty. Your breath calling me home, breathing within me. I slept under the stone, black roses free me. One step closer to home, shadows beneath me. And tables they turn, turning for you, turning for me. Yes, tables they turn, turning for you. Oh, can't you see? Then tables they turn, turning for you, turning for me. Yes, tables they turn, turning for you. Oh, can't you see that fables they burn, burning for truth. I can't believe that tables they turn, turning for you. Oh, can't you see? So there's tables. Hey, what up? Oh, you're tuning your flute. Hi, what up, clapping? You're tuning your flute to C minor, huh? I don't know. I don't know how many songs I read in C minor. Oh, maybe okay. Oh, you said it might be 1996. What up, Nico? You're not sure anymore. This is one of still my favorite. How you discovered me on Reddit, scrolling when I couldn't sleep. Hey, paralyzed into the night tables. Oh, addiction. There we go. That's in C minor, I think. Okay, we can do that one actually. We can do that. I got you a song. So tune your flute up and get ready to play. What up, Leon Hart? I'm glad you caught me too. Thank you for joining. Thank you for commenting and saying what up. Thank you, YouTube. What's up? What's happening? Thank you, everyone hanging out. I appreciate you so much. Let's do Anonymous. Re-addiction. A song about addiction, obviously, I guess, since I said re-addiction when I added that in there as the preamble. I definitely wrote this song for anyone who's ever had issues with addiction, if you dealt with addiction. But if you know people struggling with addiction, or if you have yourself, which I have, I wrote it from my own personal story, obviously, but I think I wrote it also with just like the idea that we all struggle with addiction. It doesn't have to be drugs or alcohol or something like that. It's just something that kind of plagues you negatively. And that's where the chorus comes in, where I'm remembering a time that I was in a dark place, and I've moved forward. I made it through it, and I just want to tell everybody that you can make it through. You will make it through, even if you are. I remember we had one of those RPAN streams, which was wild. Somebody was really struggling with addiction, and they were on the verge of suicide in the chat. And I think that was one of the dopest streams that I had that I remember personally. It was one of those crazy ones when they had, there was like 100,000 people on a stream. Remember those times in RPAN? It was wild. It was crazy, and everybody, the energy was wild. It's a little more laid back now. We got 3 different streams running at the same time, but and someone was just struggling with addiction and suicide, and they were just like, man, I'm not gonna make it. I don't know if I can make it. I'm not strong enough. And you could tell that they were just really struggling. And I was in the middle of a song when it was going on, and you can kind of like, you can feel like the chat moving when it starts jumping, it's going. But I wasn't really paying attention because I was really playing the song. And I look up at the end, and it's just everyone is just supporting this person, this avatar on the internet that they never met before, and they're all just saying, all these positive things and how they can make it through, and we got you, fam. And then I finally realized what was going on, so I just started chiming in too with my 2 cents and telling them, man, obviously people care about you, even if you don't know them, even if you don't realize it. It's crazy how people got your back, like, when they see people down. As shitty as the fucking world is, there's a crew of people that are just like, yo, I want to be good. I want positivity. I want to support. I want this person to do well, which is the dopest thing in the human experience. Like, I want to see you do well. And that is the coolest thing to just experience and to watch that person. And I just remember them in the chat, and they were like, okay, keep playing, like telling me to keep playing. Like, he's like, your music is calming me down, is bringing me to a place. And I was just like, fuck, I gotta fucking write a song. It was wild, man. Dude, that energy was epic. I know you guys on Twitch remember that energy. It was fucking insane. I wouldn't change that for the world. I was really sick at the time too, so it was like a struggle. Every single stream was a fucking struggle. But the energy in there, just the people just having each other's back. If someone came in saying something negative, everybody would be like, yo, We're here for fucking positivity to get that shit out of here. Get that shit out of here. We're here to support each other and to bring each other up and bring positive, chill vibes, which is amazing. And so, if you are struggling with addiction, you know, you can hit me up. I actually put my email and stuff out. If you want to hit me up, Zzyzx, what is my email? Zzyzx66 at iCloud.com. ZZYZX 66 at iCloud.com, or just message me and the shit. But here we go. Get on that flute, I guess. Let's jam it out. Here, take this pill, swallow all of it till you can't feel me anymore. And fortune and fame is just 12 steps away from the real me, I know. And desperate times call for desperate measures. Desolate crimes reward desolate pleasures. So lay down your cane and let's walk beneath the rain till it fills me alone. And I know you've heard it all before, but this time is different, that's for sure. And I still remember that night in December. You battled your demons and burned through these embers. Oh, what a night, yeah, chased them away. But who'd have known they'd return the next day? Tragedy reigns when your strength is gone, but recovery triumphs to finish the song. And I know there's miles of road to go, but one step is a giant leap on your way home. Take down this crown, let it fall to the ground. Liberate me, my love. And happily ever after is only one chapter away from my love. And desperate times call for desperate measures. And desolate signs reward desolate pleasures. So lay down your walls and just run into the halls till it kills me, my love. And I know you've heard it all before, but this time I swear is different, as for sure. And I still remember that night in December. You battled your demons and burned through these embers. Oh, what a night, you chased them away. But who'd have known they'd return the next day? Tragedy reigns when your strength is gone, but recovery triumphs to finish this song. And I know there's miles of road to go, but one step is a giant leap on your way home. Paradigms and faded lines are tranquilizers full of spells. Fantasies and jaded dreams all wash away in the wishing well. There's still time to press rewind on your timeline and heal yourselves. Take these leaves and make believe. Soon you will see inside yourself. And I know you've heard it all before, but this time around is different, as for sure. And I still remember that night in December. You battled your demons and burned through these embers. Oh, what a night, yeah, it chased them away. But who'd have known they'd return the next day? Tragedy reigns when your strength is gone, but recovery triumphs to finish the song, and I know there's miles around to go, but one step is a giant leap on your way home. Sing sweet songs and gently ease my mind. The beat goes on and moves me every time. Feel that bass go, yes, I saw the sign. And every time we touch, our souls align. Flows all through me now, and synergy surrounds us all around. But I can see these waves raise your soul, for I have lived a million days ago. Sing sweet songs and gently ease my mind. The beat goes on and moves me every time. Feel that bass go, yes, I saw the sign. And every time we touch, our souls align. Without you, I feel so incomplete. Like sun rays to snow, I melt at your feet. So come and fill me up, 'cause I'm on it. And let your raindrops pour all over me. Sing sweet songs and gently ease my mind. The beat goes on and moves me every time. Feel that bass go, yes, I saw the sign. And every time we touch, our souls align. And though you're miles away, I feel you every day. And every time you sing, I see you in my dreams. Yes, though you're miles away, I feel you every day. And every time you sing, I see you in my dreams. So sing sweet songs and gently ease my mind. The beat goes on and moves me every time. Feel that bass go, yes, I saw the sign. And every time we touch, our souls align. And every time we touch, our souls align. What up, Nico? That song is called Souls Align. Souls Align. I don't even think I've even posted that one yet. I don't. No, I have not posted that one yet. I gotta post it. I gotta post it notes. Maybe next week. Next week I'm heading down to my brother's house, his studio in LA. Maybe I'll try and record that one so I can post it for you. Yeah, these are all my songs tonight, I think, so far. You, hello. Let go of everything. All you know is just a dream. Life may not be all that it seems. I hold the key and you're coming with me. And soon our minds are free. I travel through space and I travel through time, searching for peace, but it's so hard to find. I leave the earth on a spaceship to Mars, only to find myself lost in the stars. And now you're here with me. Nowhere else I'd rather be. You were my queen, you made me king. I hold your hand and your heart on a string. And now our minds are free. I travel through space and I travel through time, searching for peace, but it's so hard to find. I leave the earth on a spaceship to Mars, only to find myself lost in the stars. And now the lights are on. And we sing the same old song.
searching for peace, but it's so hard to find. I leave the earth on a spaceship to Mars, only to find myself lost in the stars. One day we'll go to that place one more time, only to find it exists in my mind. I have uncovered my eyes, now I see the place I discovered to finally be free. What can I do now that you're gone? I'm moving on. What can I say? You went away. I'm moving on. What can I do now that you're gone? I'm moving on. What can I say? You went away. I'm moving on. What can I do now that you're gone? I'm moving on. What can I say? You went away. I'm moving on. What can I do now that you're gone? I'm moving on. What can I say? You went away. I'm moving on. What can I do now that you're gone? I'm moving on. What can I say? You went away. I'm moving on.
My hoodie's getting in my face. My hood is in my face. Okay, all right, we go. Okay. How are you? Thank you, Nico, for the shout out. I appreciate you. Thank you, Leon, for the shout out. Thank you, Annie, for the shout clapping. YouTube, what up? Thank you for hanging out. Twitch, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you and your positive energy, your positive vibes. You are the greatest. You are the greatest invention that ever to be invented in the history of inventions and creations in mankind and history, and Jesus and Satan and Buddha and all the above. I don't know. It's all of them. But I do appreciate you. I thank you. I don't know what you want to do. You can let me know what you want to do, and I will do something. I don't want to get depressing.
and drink and be merry. For tomorrow we die. And drink and be merry. For tomorrow we die. So why would you care to get out of this place? You, me, and all our friends, such a happy human race. Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. So this is my suicide letter. I hope life gets better when I'm gone. I know that it hurts you to read it, but I hope it stings less than a song. I'm sorry that I quit the game that I've played and I've lost for so long. So this is my final farewell. Now I'm leaving to where I belong. To my dearest family and friends, and to whom this message may concern, I've had a long life full of love. Yes, I've lived and I've laughed and I've learned. I watched the earth rise to its best, and I've seen the world crumble and fall. So now I must take my last test, that I'll pass and I'll fail overall. So this is my suicide letter. I hope life gets better when I'm gone. I know that it hurts you to read it, but I hope it stings less than a song. I'm sorry that I quit the game that I've played and I've lost for so long. So this is my final farewell. Now I'm leaving to where I belong. For all of my former lost lovers, I leave you my hand and my heart. I know that I vowed I would stay, but I promised till death do us part. Thank you for all of the memories and sharing your life and your band. Remember that I'll always love you and forever reside in your head. So this is my suicide letter. I hope life gets better when I'm gone. I know that it hurts you to read it, but I hope it stings less than some. I'm sorry that I quit the game, but I've played and I've lost for so long. This is my final farewell. Now I'm leaving to where I belong. To anyone out there who needs this, please trust me that you're not alone. There's millions of people just like you who are struggling and lost on their own. We've all fought the devil at night with a bottle of death in our hands. So just know that angels surround you and somebody who understands. This is my suicide letter. I hope life gets better when I'm gone. I know that it hurts you to read it, but I hope it stings less than some. I'm sorry that I quit the game, but I played and I lost for so long. So this is my final farewell. Now I'm leaving to where I belong. To all who have ever existed, today and the future and past, to everyone possessing the cognitive mind with the power of perspective contrast. You and I are only visitors here. No, this planet's not ours to destroy. And please don't ever give up on your dreams. They exist for you to enjoy. So this is my suicide letter. I hope life is better when I'm gone. I know that it hurts you to read it, but I hope it stings less than a song. I'm sorry that I quit the game, but I played and I lost for so long. So this is my final farewell. Now I'm leaving to where I belong. When you've seen what I've seen, and you've heard what I've heard, and you read the writing on the wall, you walk where I've walked, and you've climbed where I've climbed, taking trips to the spring and the fall. When you died like I've died, and you've been down that road, on your hands and your knees you've crawled. Well, I'm not here to boast, but the thing I know most is that I know nothing at all. Still with me? Are you still with me? Are we still in the house? The hour is getting late. The hour is getting late. All along the watchtower. Hey, Nico, I would love it if you would make a playlist on your YouTube channel of your original songs. I don't think I've ever heard this one. And you, oh, shit. Yeah, that one is very brand. That's the newest. That's the newest one, I think. That's written. That is, and I actually, we talked about it this week or last week. Last week? Was I here last week? I was here last week about that song, and people were asking. We basically about the song, whether it's personal, whether where did it come from, or whatever. And we had this conversation, which was really cool. And I told him that 2020 and 2021 was really rough. I don't know if you know my story. It's kind of wild. It's if you want to read my story, it's on my Reddit. You can read it. It's on the front page. And 2020, 2021, it was pretty rough for everybody. So, relatively rough for me, but for everyone it was tough. So I had kind of taken a break from the simulation to where everyone was existing, but, excuse me, they didn't, no one really existed to me. I was just in my own world. I broke from the simulation. I was solo. I didn't speak to anybody. I had no friends. I was out. I was as far away from the simulation as you can imagine, and I was anytime I would take a shower,
I would, you know, when you get in the shower and you have deep thoughts, that's where you write those essays is in the shower. I was writing essays every day, and when I was in the shower, and I would give myself pep talks and speeches and motivational speeches and whatever. I was pretty much saying like the same thing, and I was building on it every day, and it was like this like speech that I was preparing for myself. That, you know, like when I come back to the simulation, this is what I'm gonna let everybody know. This is what I'm gonna say. This is what I got. It was basically like a fuck you to Earth. It was like I was fed up. It was all the Black Lives Matter, the All Lives Matter, the masks, the quarantine, everybody losing their shit. And so I was writing this basically like this fucking like nobody has perspective and everyone has lost it and fucking blah blah blah, and like if everyone just fucking had a little bit more perspective, then we could get along better, and it wouldn't be the left versus the right, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, just look into the hearts of blah, blah, blah. And it was this thing, and I kept writing, and it kept getting longer and longer, until one day I was in there, and I was writing, and I realized, I was like, yo, like, this is what I'm writing is my peace out letter. It's like, when I write this, I'm done. Like, that's it. I can no longer be on this planet anymore, because I was done with it. So I realized that I was like, oh fuck, am I writing a suicide letter? This is wild. And it's like, you know, it's just something that pops up in your head, and you're like, holy shit. I was like, I fucking am writing a fucking suicide letter. And I was like, so I'm writing this fucking suicide letter, and it's so dark. It's angry. It's me fucking yelling at people and saying how stupid humans are, and fucking I'm fucking smart and everyone else is dumb. Like, I'm like, this is the stupidest fucking thing ever. Who's gonna want to read this shit? It's the worst fucking letter ever. I'm gonna go out. This is gonna be the last thing anyone remembers me, is this shitty fucking letter of me shitting on them. And I was just like, oh yeah, that's the fucking legacy I want to leave. And so at that moment, that's when I made a conscious decision to start really writing the opposite, you know, more about my own experience, about my near-death experiences. And that's where you get those like songs like Into the Night, where I took the negative and said, yo, I'll be dark because I am dark. Not literally, figuratively. I'm a dark being. I have layers that are dark as fuck. But I wanted to be positive with my message, even though it's a dark story, and I'm speaking about dark, you know, very dark undertones and like death and suicide. I wanted to put it in a positive light and talk to people about my own near-death experiences and make them know, let everyone know that death isn't as scary as you think it is. And so that's when I said, fuck it, throw that shit in the, I balled it up like a cartoon, throw that shit in the trash. I don't really write like that. But if I did, that's what it would look like. Throw it in the trash. And then I said, all right, start it over. This is your letter. To my dearest family and friends, and to whom this message may concern. So just letting people know, hey, I'm good. Like, I'm good. I was here in this place, but now I'm good. So we are good. Hopefully we can be good together. But thank you. I'm glad that, you know what, Nico, thank you. I appreciate that. You said, I love the song a lot. Reading your indie made you like your music more. I appreciate that. I'm glad that I decided to stay. I don't know if I stayed. Honestly, that's one of those things that I guess I'll never know. I know that I'm specifically in this timeline with you now, but I don't know. I know if you read my story, then you know what I'm talking about. But like, I don't know. Like, at any point, I could be just consciously here, but also in another place now. I don't know. I guess I'll never know. But I do know that I've died many times, and every single motherfucking time, I always end up not specifically in the same timeline, but in this timeline, I always get back to this place here. As long as I've been dead, I'll tell people, like, I definitely have been dead longer than I've been alive. I've been in that space, in that dark space, in the cosmos, in that space, and consciously there, which is a wild concept. But I've definitely been there for fucking billions of years. It's a long time. It's a long time to be in the dark with your own thoughts. But I always come back here. I don't know why. This is home base, I guess. Or I'll tell people, I'll say, hey, there's no conscious transition between life and death. So you either live forever or you're already dead. So me, I'm probably both. We're all here, but we're in this together. It's cool. I'm glad that you're chilling with me. I appreciate it. I'd love that you say, I get it. You say, I get it. I get it. You don't have to go into details all over the internet. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I don't know. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? I can do another NDE song that you may not have heard. I don't know if it's good, but I'll do it. So this is an NDE, near-death experience song. I guess it's kind of newer too. I don't really sing that much, but it's you know what? I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. I'm gonna shut the fuck up and start the fuck up. I'd do anything just to walk through the door. So I'd give everything just to have you once more. But for now, I must go where my mind is at ease. In the sky, all alone, where my soul is at peace. And I'm stuck here beyond the dark side of the moon, with no planets and no stars, just me and my balloon. And I soar. I know there's gotta be more. Once I walk through the door, expand your mind and explore. Just walk on through that door. This is my brand new home. I've accepted my fate. There's no pain and no races, no fighting or hate. And I've lost all control. Yes, my body is numb, with no limbs I can't touch, but I feel everyone. I exist here in space, all alone in the dark, with no eyes, still I see you. I ignite a spark in my heart. I know there's gotta be more. Once I walk through the door, expand your mind and explore. Just walk on through that door.
I want to break free and hide out for 3 days. In 4 quarters, 5 plays, we'll all lose the game. 6 tablets give me 7 minutes in heaven. 8, 9 pounds of crumbs off the floor, bread in heaven. 10 lies will be sold and 11 men will buy. 12 shepherds they cry, now is my time to die in the war. I know there's gotta be more. Once I walk through the door, expand your mind and explore. Just walk on through that door. I'd do anything just to walk through the door. Yes, I'd give everything just to have you once more.
So that's the door. It is the door. That's the door that brought me back for a little bit more. And that's when they say, that when you see that white light, they say, walk towards the light. And I did it. I walked towards the light. Maybe I shouldn't have. Next time, I don't know if I will. But I don't know if it's in my control or not to walk to the light. But that door was right there for me, and I had to walk to it. I had to walk through that shit. And it brought me back here to you. So, you know what? It's not a bad timeline. I think this is not bad. I know it's a rough year. Everything that's kicking off has been kind of wild. Like, everything's kind of escalating. I remember 2020 when it first kicked off, and everyone was kind of like, fuck, this year is rough. Oh my God, January's never gonna end. Oh my God, what the fuck, February is even worse. Until we shut down in March, and it was like, all right, well, fuck, we're all dead. And I was fucking dead, so I just figured that was, honestly, when we shut down in March, that's when I was like, probably the sickest I think I've ever been in my life, probably. I was at the, I was beyond death's door. And so when we shut down on March 14th, when the government said, we're shutting down the fucking earth, I honestly was just like, oh fuck, this is what happens when you die. Because I had come out from my death, and I was back on earth, and I was back on this timeline, and all of a sudden it was like, and like, I don't know how old you are in the stream right now, to Nico and Leon, and Annie, and Clap, whatever. I don't know how old you are, but I don't think you're old enough to have experienced a fucking shutdown of the whole fucking planet, And so it was so surreal for me coming. I didn't know what was real. I didn't know, my brain wasn't really functioning correctly at the time. So I thought I was fucking losing my shit. Now I have to look back. Now when I see the memories pop up, I go, holy fuck, that was real? You really went through all this shit. And I just honestly was like, okay, well, this is what happens when you die. Everything just gets shut down, and you just have to fucking sit in purgatory, because everyone was just sitting in their fucking rooms, scared to go outside. And I was like, fuck, death is fucking shitty. Like, if I was in purgatory when I was in the dark place in the cosmos, and then now if this is hell, when we're all just, everyone is stuck in their houses, I was like, fuck, is this gonna be fucking forever? like, this is not the way. This is not the way. It was not the way. But I'm glad we broke out, and we all got a little healthier. Some people are going up and down. We lost some people, and it's very sad. But they're all still with us somewhere. I believe that there's a timeline where they still exist, and I don't think there's any way that anyone could disprove that theory to me. They haven't yet. I know physicists, they say that energy cannot be destroyed, and that's what we are. We're all energy, and so we are all going to exist forever, and I believe that without doubt. I've died way too many times not to believe that, so you can believe whatever you like, but I'm glad you're here with me. At the end of the day, Nico, he said, I like the details. Wasn't sarcastic. I feel like I might have been there too. It feels familiar, but your story is comforting and it feels right. Can't explain it. Yeah. You know, that was the feedback I got on my story. Where a lot of people were like, even when people would see my story and they would go on my stream and they would say, you're talking about a lot of things that I also like have had in my thoughts, you know, in my subconscious or whatever, or even in my consciousness, I guess. And people would say, like, what you're saying, I get what you're saying, I get it. And it was like weird because I had been saying all these things for so long, and people were not like dismissive of it, but just kind of afraid of it. So when I would talk to my friends about it, they're like, oh, here we go. He's all talking about, there we go. He's talking about fucking death again. And it was just so important to me. Like when I was born, I was basically born dead from croup, C-R-O-U-P. And I just found out this in 2020, but I had always had this feeling inside of me that I had been born dead, and I would tell people that, and they're like, okay, he's fucking crazy. And then my mom actually told me in 2020, she said, oh, by the way, and I was like, oh, really? By the way, you're gonna tell me when I'm fucking 38 years old that I was born dead, this very important element of my existence. But I think the timing was perfect because it kind of proved something, you know, for me that I had that in me. I had already known, you know, like she didn't have to tell me. I already knew. And so that has been a huge conversation where it's, you know, like I'm like, you guys, does anybody want to know that where you go when you die? Does anybody want to know? You know, like, is that scary for you to think about? You know, and it is. It's a scary concept. So my friends would be afraid, you know, when I would talk about that. I'm like, I need to find somebody who fucking actually wants to talk about this shit because I'm freaking everybody out, and they want me to just come in and dance and say, hey, zippity-doo-dah, and do all those, tell them some jokes and whatever. And, you know, I had a few friends like Mallory here. She was, you know, one of the ones who, when everybody was zippity-doo-dahing, we could stop and have a conversation about it. And then when when I started streaming and I started talking to, you know, people like you would pull up and they'd be like, oh, okay. And it was cool to finally find just people who were open and not like, you're a crazy person, you know, even though I am a crazy person, but people who are open to just have a discussion about it and tell me their own near-death experiences. That crew of people like, oh, by the way, I was here too. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know people think that it's crazy, but I was dead for a few days as well. I was in a coma. I was whatever, and this is what I saw. And that was really cool to finally find that. And I think that was one of the biggest reasons why I was streaming so much, because I was trying to find everyone. And I found people, you know, people who had me doing interviews and stuff. It was pretty cool. And then I had to get back. I had to say, hey, I gotta put this somewhere. I gotta put this here. But yeah, Nico said, I almost died at birth too. So maybe that's why it feels familiar. I think that is why. you know, I think a lot of people who have experienced that, they just gravitate towards me where they're like, oh, the ghost, you know, like if you ever linked up with me and we walked around, people just call me the Holy Ghost. They just go, oh, the Holy Ghost is here. You know, if they write me a check, it says Holy Ghost on it. They understand that I'm a figure that may or may not exist. You know, I am the ghost. I'm a Holy Ghost. And it's just because they understand. They'll see, you know, a lot of people around here, they know that of my death experiences. So people who also experience that aren't afraid of it, they'll come up and they'll talk to me, or they'll reach out to me and they'll send me messages and want to talk about it, which is pretty cool. It's a big, huge part of my life, obviously. It's the biggest part of my life. And I feel like, you know, like my message is like, I feel like it should be a bigger part of everyone's life, but I can't, you know, if you haven't experienced it yourself, you can't force someone else to say, oh yeah, I want to, oh yeah, no, I want to be part of that. No. They have to experience it for themselves, and then it becomes this like, holy shit, now this is a conversation we can have, you know, like, whoa, there actually is something else out there. There's actually another place or dimension or time or whatever you want to call it. You know, I don't know if you're religious, you can fucking call it heaven and hell. I've been to both, so if that's just the word that they use for a place that exists beyond earth consciousness or whatever, then whatever. I mean, whatever they want to call it what you call it. Call it what you want to call it, but it definitely exists, and I know it freaks people out. They're like, no, when you die, you just sit in the dirt. Yeah, you just sit in the dirt, and that's it. Like, or you really think that when you fucking die, you just chilling in the fucking dirt? Then if that's where you want to go when you die, that sounds fucking terrible. Like, you could go anywhere the fuck you want, and you're like, no, we're just gonna sit in the dirt for fucking eternity. That's all it's gonna be. It's just dirt and worms and fucking, what the fuck are you kidding me? No fucking way. There's no way that I'm sitting here having a conversation with people I've never met through fucking stones. A fucking stone is telling me that this person is giving me, writing a fucking sentence on a stone from across the world to me that I've never met. It shows up, and then you want to tell me that when this is over, that I'm just gonna stop? And that's it. And worms are gonna fucking eat me. And that's the end of the day. No fucking way. You cannot be serious. There's absolutely no fucking way. There's just, it's unfathomable to me that someone thinks that when they fucking die, that it's just it. And you're done. You're just, yeah. It's like, down in the dirt. Consciousness is everything. It's wild to me. Like, you can literally put your consciousness into a fucking like thumb drive now, and you think that you're just gonna sit in the dirt and that's the end. It's wild to me that I don't know. But I mean, to each his own. I know that if you're afraid, like, oh no, I might actually have to deal with fucking all the shitty shit that I've done, and I might have to have conversations with myself for billions of years about when I did this, and I fucking treated this person bad, and I did da-da-da-da-da, because all that shit comes up, and it's wild. Everything, man. I told you, Nico said he read my story. He knows that I literally, absorbed, the perspectives of every single person that I had come in contact with in my entire life, from the beginning of time to now. I got to see everything. It was the most eye-opening experience ever. And I tell people, I say, yo, I cannot wait to go back. There's no place like it. It's, like I said in the song, there's no pain. If you have pain right now, it was just gone. I was in so much pain, and I just remember just sitting there and everything lifted, and like all the worries and you know, like there's so many burdens that are on just existing on this planet, where you're like, fuck, I gotta go to work. Fuck, I gotta make these people fucking proud, or it's never gonna hear the end of it. Oh, fuck, I gotta fucking be great at this. Oh, I gotta put on a fucking smile today. Oh, I gotta fucking do that. All that shit. And then it's just gone. And you're like, I don't have to impress anyone. I don't have to do shit. All I have to do is be me and just exist. And that's the end of it. Just be there and be present and just float and have no bones and no skin that hurts and no stomach aches. My stomach is still fucked up. No brain damage, all these beautiful things, and and the wildest part is knowing everyone else is existing with you, where you're just in this space. And I describe it as like an egg, but it was definitely maybe like a bubble. It was clear, and that was what I was. It wasn't that I was in it. That's what I was. I was like maybe a cell. I don't know. I gotta figure this thing out. But you're just in this. I was a cell of whatever, like a shell, clear. I remember it just being like a bubble, like it could pop at any moment. But it was just that's what I was. So there's no bones and no whatever. I could just feel it, and you can just feel every other person that's ever existed as well. You know they're there, but you can't see them. It was just dark. It was black, the blackest, darkest black that I've ever experienced. No light, no nothing. It's so fucking dark. Like, there's no way that's what I say. Like, I describe it to people. Sometimes I say, okay, here we go. This is I think the best I can do. I got to work on something else, because this is what I've been saying to people, and there's got to be a better way to describe it. But imagine yourself on the dark side of the moon. Like you just woke up and you're on the dark side of the moon, okay? So here's the moon, and there's you, and you're just floating on the dark side of the moon all by yourself. You're just out floating in fucking space, right? And now take away the moon's gone. Take away the stars. Take away the earth. Take away the sun. And take away everything. And that's you. And that's where you are. And you wake up and you were just there forever. And you know, as soon as you figure out where you are, you know that that's where you're going to be forever. And it's the scariest fucking thing ever, to just be in this orb or whatever, to be that orb and just know that this is where you are for eternity. This is it. And you just know, like I just knew right away. I said, this is it. This is and it's so clear. It's now when I talk to people like on Earth, I feel like this is more of like a dream state than where I was there, because it was just so, it's like pop, and you're just there, and you know, like you just know, and it's fucking scary. I've never been more scared in my life. I said, oh shit, this is it. This is the end, or the beginning, and it was scary as shit. But as long as it was for me being afraid, ended fast when I realized that there's no pain, there's no worries, there's no judgment, there's no black, there's no white. I'm not black anymore. I'm not gonna walk down the street and have people look at me and think I'm gonna rob them. I'm not gonna get maybe shot by the police just for fucking walking. There's none, every single thing that's been created by the media or whatever was been created by humans, you know, that over the years, no guns, no swords, no fucking slingshots, no bows, you know, you're safe. And it was just, I'm safe. And I realized, you know, I don't have to put on a show. I don't have to do shit. I don't have to make people proud. The weight just goes right off your shoulder, you know. Like, I don't have to pay rent next week. This is it. This is home. And then I was home. And after that, that's when I reached that. I don't know, I describe it as like, you ever seen, every night when I go to sleep, I put on like binaural beats. I don't know if you heard of binaural beats, which you should if you have problems with sleeping, if you're an insomniac, which you probably are because it's late right now and you're still here. Binaural beats, B-I-N-A-U-R-A-L, beats, you know, theta waves. And you can put them on with music. They'll have, you know, some music playing, or you can get them just the. But I'll just type in, you know, on YouTube, binaural beats, astral projection. And if you see that, I'm glad, okay, cool. Okay, both of y'all. See, y'all know what I'm talking about. This is the crew. This is the crew. These are the homies. They know what I'm talking about. But I'll put it on, and I have my speakers, and it'll play. So if you look up, you know, if you type in binaural beats, astral projection, and you know when they show like the astral projection, and they show like, it's like the guy lying down, and then there's like him coming out of his body. You know, he's projecting, he's literally astral projecting, right? That is the best way I think that I can describe that moment of when I realized that like I was home. It was like, it was like, oh shit, I'm home. And it was like me floating out of my body. Just, wow, this is it. This is where I am forever. And it was like, I wrote in my story, I know Nico saw it, it was like 1,000 orgasms all over my body at the same time, just this. Can I do that again? It was just. Like, what is happening? It was the greatest feeling in the history of feelings. And that's why I say, too, that I'm like, I can't wait to go back. Who knows if it's going to be the same? I have had near-death experience since then, and it was definitely not a positive experience for me. But it was, I wasn't in the right headspace when I went there. And that's why I advise against trying to get there not naturally, you know. You got to do it. It's got to be, the timing has to be, your subconscious is in control. So you can't try and control it because your headspace is not going to be in the right place if you try and force it. So make sure that I was telling my brothers when I first came back, I was like, yo, choose your death wisely, man. Choose your death wisely. You gotta be in the right headspace. You gotta protect your subconscious at all times because it's like death musical chairs. Okay, Nico said you like my idea about surrounding yourself with positive things. Surround yourself with positive things at all times. Anything you wish to bring with you for eternity. Like, I'm here now and in this space because this is an experience that I want to bring with me forever. Yeah, this experience is everything about this experience, and the energy is something that I feel like is positive and won't affect me in a dark way in the future. Even if like trolls came on to this and were talking shit, say maybe you suck and I hate your voice and your sweater is whack and your piano is shitty or whatever. I feel like the whole energy of this in particular, or in general I should say, is one of those things that I would just love to bring with me for eternity. So that's why I tell people, just protect your subconscious at all times. It's so important to just protect yourself, your brain, and so when you get into that space, you're ready and you're feeling good. Because I'll give you a little bit of insight into the time that I actually was in that space and I wasn't ready for it, and it was a bad time. And I will say that this was probably what I could consider to going to hell, if that's what it's called. And I'm not going to tell you how I got there, but I was in a really bad space health-wise, and I could have got help. I should have gone to the ER, and I said, you know what? I got a chance to get out, and it won't look like I did it on purpose. It can look like an accident. So I decided against going to the ER, and I said, you know what? I'm not going. I'm just gonna let it go. And it was a bad decision, because my head was not in the right space. So when I finally lost consciousness, the place that I went to was basically, I would say, any PTSD moment that I'd ever had in my life. Every single one of them. All experienced again, but simultaneously at the same time, like layered. That's the only way I can explain it, to where it was kind of like a movie that I'm seeing it, like this is the time where this abuse happened, this is the time where this person did this is the time where, every single piece of PTSD, of that experience that ever happened in my life at the same exact time. Absolutely the fucking worst that you can imagine. And I would say that's if I would imagine, because it was like it felt like fire, like there was fire there because fire had been in my past of a PTSD experience. And so I can imagine if a long time ago someone had an experience like that and they were like, oh, I was in hell and there was fire and brimstone. Whoa, fucking demons. That's what it was. It wasn't, I didn't see like fucking devil horns and fucking a guy with a pitchfork and I didn't see that, but I can imagine like that would be a way to describe it if you were in the olden times. They didn't have cars, so it wasn't like the cars that I saw that I had experienced in mine were, the fire and all that. It was basically all happening at the same time, just layered, until I woke myself up and took myself to the hospital. And so that's why I say surround yourself with positive elements and choose your death wisely. I've had good deaths and I've had bad deaths. I would tell you, choose your death wisely. Anaphylaxis, I do not recommend. Some people say that drowning is very peaceful, but when I had my anaphylaxis and I couldn't breathe, I would not wish that on my fucking worst, on fucking Hitler, on fucking Genghis Khan, on anyone, to not be able to breathe for hours and just struggling to breathe and choking on your own self. I do not recommend that. So I don't know, drowning, They say it's peaceful, but I don't know. I mean, who knows? I would say the best. I won't say the best way because I feel like I'm promoting suicide. So that's all. Protect your subconscious. Stuck with you. Hey, I mean, I feel like it's something. They say it's simple. Oh, but it's tough, man, because you got to go to work. You got to go see people that are fucking shitty. You know, there's shitty people that you just can't control. You got to see them. You have to go in public at some point, unless you work for yourself and you're fucking, and you get to stay home and not fuck with people or whatever, which is basically pretty much what I do for the most part. I have to move around more now that we're moving to the next episode. But people will fuck with you. You know, if someone's having a bad time, they will try and drag you into that. They will try and drag that. They want to steal your energy. And it's fucking wild. Oh, Zzyzx, there are some connection problems, small ones. You can understand most, but sometimes it seems a little connection trouble. Just saying. Oh, that's on you now? Hi, you. Second hand. Oh, second hand, what up? Oh shit, what up? Second hand shoe. Hello. Sorry. Am I cutting out on Twitch too? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? YouTube, can you hear me? Annie, are you still there? Annie, are you okay? I got connection problems. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. Well, I apologize. I'm at the Buddha house, and I'm on my old laptop instead of my new one streaming. So I probably have some errors. I'll be back. In Santa Barbara for a couple days next week. So, or maybe in LA I'll stream. Someone told me I should stream at the club this weekend too. So maybe I'll stream, but that's not going to be fun. But what was I saying again? I was saying something. Protect your subconscious. At the end of the day, I think that's what it's all about, is protecting your subconscious and just surrounding yourself with positive elements, you know. Don't let people steal your energy. I used to tell people an analogy that you know, if somebody came to your house every Friday, let's say every Friday at 3 o'clock, they knew where you hid your 911, your 911 cash, under your bed or wherever you hide your emergency money that you need. So let's say that every week, Friday at 3 p.m., they came and they went under your bed and stole $5,000 and just bounced. So you come home from work after working your ass off, and then you look under your bed and you see that you're missing $5,000. I will fuck your day up quite a bit. I will fuck mine up. I'm not that rich. So then the next week, Friday at 3 p.m., that same person comes back. And they go under your bed and they see your emergency stash. And they take $5,000 from you again. Now what do? They say, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me. I don't know how it goes. But you can't get fooled again. So if somebody steals your shit and you know exactly what time they're gonna do it, you know exactly how much they're gonna take, you know exactly who it is, wouldn't you do something about it? I think you would. I know I would. I would definitely be waiting in my bathroom with the shotgun, ready for that person who's gonna show up at my house at 3 p.m. on Friday and steal $5,000 from my emergency stash. So why would you let someone steal your energy? You know they're coming. You know exactly who it is. Now why would you let them do it? Week after week, after week, after week, after week, after week, whether it's at your job or it's your baby mama or if it's that neighbor that fucking does whatever to your yard every week. Why would you let them steal your energy? You wouldn't let them steal your money. Why would you let them steal your energy? Don't let them steal your energy. Don't let them steal your energy. Don't let them steal your energy. 'Cause it's mine, oh it's mine. You can't have it. It's mine, oh it's mine. You can't have it. Protect your subconscious at all times. It means surround yourself with positive elements. Anything you wish to bring with you for eternity. Anything you wish to bring with you for eternity. Don't let them steal your energy, 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 energy. Don't let them steal your energy, energy, energy. Don't let them steal your energy, energy, energy. Don't let them steal your 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 energy. So that's all. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. You're very positive. I appreciate you sending me your energy. What a tight squad. I said, we a crew. We a crew. I appreciate you. It's a wild time. It's a wild year. And like when I say I compare it to 2020, I just remember going through those, oh shit. I know we're a little bit more numb, so when we see events happen, we're kind of like, oh well, this was way worse. 2020. Now it's like, oh, okay, you know, we kind of, our perspective is a little bit different, and the pain hits us a little bit differently. But it's a crazy year, man. There's a lot of shit going on. I can't believe that over 25,000 people just vanished in a couple of days. That's wild to think. And, people are just so numb, people shoot up a fucking thing, and they're like, oh, well, shit happened last week. Oh, man, well, where's the shooting this week? Okay, all right, well, I guess people get shot. Oh. And we've reached this place to where it's like there's only one place left to go, and that's the end. When we just get so numb to these huge events that happen all the time, it's wild to see it. And if you're like me, which I feel like you kind of are, with the conversations that we've had and the stories that you've shared, I feel like we all have that thing, sitting in the back of our subconscious right there where we go, yo, like it's coming. I can feel it. It's coming. I know all my life. I mean, I have the dreams. I have the nuke dreams, and I don't like to talk about stuff like that just because I'm not a doomsday theorist, but I have those dreams, and they're very vivid. They're very bright. They are. They're loud. So protect yourself.